Welcome back, everybody, to the Blues feed. We have Luke back today. It's a new episode with the same obsession. We're reviewing the Liverpool game. We won. We beat them. We managed to score in a last minute winner. We heard the gate smashing as the goal went in. It's better feeling going into the international break, and we'll break everything down. Just to remind everybody about the giveaway, please drop a like to boost the video. Please drop a comment to enter and a subscribe to enter into it, and we will send one of you lucky guys a 25-26 shirt once we hit the 1k subscriber mark. How are we doing, Luke? Are you feeling refreshed after your holiday?
Yeah, mate, it's very nice to be back, but I do wish I was laying on a sunbed in Lanzarote right now. I can't lie, but
Yeah,
it's
so do
nice
I,
to
mate.
be it's nice
Least
to
you've
be
been
back
away.
here, back with you, and back with 3 points, thankfully. In good fashion as well. There's nothing better than a last minute winner, is there?
No, and actually in a game where we didn't shit out a win, we actually deserved the win. I thought we were the better team for the majority of the game, so it was a very deserved winner and a last minute winner as well, which makes it even better. I mean, if we beat them and we were terrible and we beat them in the last minute, I still would have been happy. But it's nice to be the better team also, because I felt before the game, I mentioned my preview of the game, I thought that could get at them, and we could score and we could beat them. I did the opposite. I tried to reverse engineer my jinx, and I predicted a 2-1 loss, but said we could win 2-1, and we managed to win 2-1. So I've stopped jinxing us. So from now on, for the rest of the season, ladies and gentlemen, I will always be predicting a loss, and then we will win for the rest of the season. Well, I'm going to chuck up the team because I think it would be good to just break down how we performed and shout out a few of the guys that and their performances, because I thought it was a pretty good performance all round, to be honest. Man of the match went to Caicedo, and I think he was probably my man of the match as well. He was outstanding and starting to get a bit of the plaudits. I think now we're a bit more solid and we're in the Champions League, I think he's going to get a bit more of the recognition for the player he is, because for me, he's at least him and Rodri are on the same level, and I think he's the best midfielder slash DM in the world. Um, and Rodri can't stay fit, so I think he is the best DM in the world. I don't think I'd replace him for anybody. I don't know about you.
No, no, literally nobody. I think he's the best DM in the world by a mile at the moment. I think, well, maybe a mile's a bit keen, but I think him and Gravenberch are the best midfielders in the league in that holding role. And I think overall, Caicedo is just the most rounded holding midfielder in the world right now. I mean, he's
I
even
think he's
adding
miles
goal.
above Gravenberch in my opinion, but
You think? I think he's
yeah.
definitely above him. I think Gravenberch is
I
really
think if
good.
you're having
Really
a
good.
conversation with Gravenberch versus Enzo and having him next to Caicedo, I think that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah,
But
but overall, I just think he has just got almost everything, and he's even adding goals and assists. I think he's on 4 goal contributions in 6 games or something already this season. So yeah, it's
yeah, we've seen
nice.
it kind of we've seen it kind of come out, and you always see it in the training videos when they do that shooting drill, and if you miss, you're out, and he's always in the final or winning it. So it's nice to see him actually get some goals. I think the team should start finding him on the edge of that box a bit more now, because he just got an absolute rocket on him, and he just
Yeah,
scores
it does do.
bangers. I don't think he
And
scored an ordinary goal in his whole entire life. They're just all rockets.
do you know the frustrating thing, right? He has been he's obviously getting even better, and he's only young, but he has been this good for probably what since January of the Poch year, Feb of the Poch year, and now he's only just getting spoken about. Like
Yeah,
I just think it's the typical naive football fan that when a couple of goals go in, suddenly they start to rate a player when actually he has been this good and getting to this level for a long period of time now. It's only the first couple of months that he didn't quite find his feet. But since, yeah, I'd say probably nigh on 2.5, nearly 3 years now, he's just been fantastic, and he's just
yeah. His
incredible.
his issue is he plays for Chelsea and he cost over 100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
So we've been shit as a club. Nobody particularly likes us in the media, and um, he came on and gave a penalty away in his first performance. So reactionary fans called him shit when realistically he's been, like you say, very good for at least 2.5 years. So Yeah, but I mean, overall, I thought it was a solid performance. I thought Sanchez didn't do anything stupid and saved what he should have saved. I don't think he could have done anything better for the goal. He also didn't have a huge amount to do, but he was pretty good, decent. He played some good balls out from the back. Um, Reese was just reesing and just was quality.
Just
Um,
outrageously good.
and then just going to centre back and doesn't even look like doesn't even blink. I thought Josh and Badiashile just handled Isak the whole entire game. Cucurella was fantastic as well. Made Salah look very ordinary, which I mean he has been very ordinary this season. Um, I didn't like it at the start of the game. I have to admit when I saw Malagusto was the one in midfield, but I mean he had a pretty good performance in there as well. Nothing spectacular, but just very solid. Neto and Garnacho worked unbelievably hard and were quite threatening going forward as well. Enzo Fernandez was just solid, made it a midfield free, but also got forward, and obviously he was integral in the second goal with the pass he made to Caicedo. I thought João Pedro was a little bit disappointing, but he looks very leggy.
He's had to play a lot of
So
football, hasn't
he's
he, of
played a lot
late?
of football and he's got an injury. So I'm not like slagging him off, but I did think he was very ordinary. I actually thought that we looked better, at least pressing wise, when Guiu came on.
I love
But I'll
Mark
give
Guiu, man.
yeah, fair. But I'll give João Pedro the benefit of a doubt because he is injured. He is just playing through pain, and hopefully we'll start to see the João Pedro of the Club World Cup and the start of the season back after the international break because he's not in the Brazil squad. So he's just going to get a rest for the whole entire time. Um, Obviously, I've given a rundown of the kind of whole team there. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to highlight there?
I think, yeah, Reese for sure he is so good, man. He could literally just play anywhere and just be the best player. Like when he went into centre back, he was just so controlled. So a couple of vital blocks. The pass out to Gittins, the low driven crossfield
Yeah,
pass, was just ridiculously good. Like that, the technique to do that is incredible. Yeah, I just think Reece is superb. Obviously, he's pulled out of the England squad this morning. It looks like a minor cut to his leg, so another player that hopefully going to get a bit of rest.
for sure.
Caicedo, I'm just running out of superlatives to be honest. I actually don't really know what words to use for him to describe performances anymore. Just fantastic, and then the cherry on the top is he's suspended for Ecuador, so didn't get called up, so that's great.
Yeah, they
Um,
actually just let him have the because he's suspended for the first game, but not for the second. But they decided to rest him, so he's pulled
exactly,
out
yeah.
for the
Bit
for
like
that
what
as
happened
well.
with Enzo in the last international break. So that's helpful. Yeah, I thought Garnacho was really lively and really good defensively as well. Like you say, Pedro was a little bit leggy, but he's played loads and loads of football in recent months, so we'll allow him. We'll allow him a bad performance here and there because he's largely been fantastic since he's joined. And I'm gonna throw you in the deep end a little bit here. We've not pre discussed this. So Badia Shield obviously back. I know there's a slight injury there. Josh was superb. What's what's our best lineup, Danny? Now everyone's fit. Let's say everyone's fit. What's our best lineup? Bar Levi. So let's say shorter term injuries. Everyone's fit.
Yeah,
How are we needing to line up to maintain that level of performance for the rest of the season?
for me, it's Sanchez in goal, James at right back, Tosin and Badiashile in the middle, Cucurella left back, Caicedo and Enzo in the middle, João Pedro in the 10, Cole Palmer on the right, Garnacho on the left, and Pedro up top.
You put Pedro in the 10 and up front.
Oh, sorry, and the lap up top.
Okay, fair.
Or alternatively, you play Cole in the 10, Estevao on the right, and Pedro up top, either of those two. And that's kind of just forcing Pedro in, like, kind of making Pedro go 9 because I want Estevao on the team. Because
Yeah,
actually, I'm divvying Estevao a bit of a disservice there because I think one of the things I wanted to talk about in a minute is his performance off the bench and how he needs to start more games. But obviously, it's hard to get Estevao, Pedro, and Palmer all in the same team without playing Pedro at 9, and I just don't think Pedro is a 9.
yeah, I agree. So with that, I've got aside from the little attacking dilemma you just discussed, I think there's two players that are easily knocking on that door and probably kicking your door down. and I think one of them is Josh Achimpong. I thought he
Yep,
handled Isak so well. Uh,
agreed.
and the other one, if he could stop getting injured, would be Romeo Lavia because he was
Hmm.
superb as well when he come on.
I don't
Just
disagree with that at all. I think I'm thinking if the game is tomorrow and
yeah,
everybody's fit, that's what I'm playing. Um, but I wouldn't sniff at Josh being the right centre back at all. Um, I think Badiashile is the key to not missing Levi because the way he played with the ball at his feet and his passing
yeah,
out from the back, but also his defensive side of things. If he stays fit for the whole season, we will not miss Levi. And arguably, with those two performances against Liverpool and Benfica, if he continued at that level, there's even a question mark on like Levi's not just going to walk back in the team. And I rate Levi very highly, but that's how
yeah.
highly I rate Badiashile's two performances.
I completely agree. I rate Badiashile so highly. He's just had a really bad time of injuries over the last 2 years. He's never really got that consistency in minutes because he sort of comes back, gets injured, comes back, gets injured, and it's something that if we can find the Badiashile of when he first joined and that sort of 6 months in terrible team, we were woeful at the period. But he was so good that sort of January to the end of that season when he joined that if we can find that player again and keep him consistently fit, I think it changes the way that we can defend going forward. And for me, so I know you said Tosin and Badiashile together. I think it's one or the other. I don't think you need or want them both because I think they
You don't need them
carry
both.
similar characteristics.
You don't need them both, but then you'd have no issues playing out from the back at all because you'd have both being able to do it, and they can kind of interchange from that role. That was my thoughts. And I mean, mate, if I get what I want Josh Chimpong to be the starting right back from now on, and you just bleed him in. I'm just saying, you asked me to get the most out of the performance to play like that
Yeah,
every single
yeah.
time. Tossing is, yeah, Tossing is the one for now.
I
But
think that
but Josh Achimpong has a ceiling double as high as Tosin.
yeah. If you
And
look
on
here,
the
right? So I've
Lavia
got a
point as well, I've said it last season, but he didn't stay fit, and I said it again this season, and he hasn't been fit yet. Enzo Fernandez will not be our starting midfielder if Lavia is fit because he's that good. Like Enzo will
yeah.
struggle to get in the team if Lavia's there.
I probably agree with you. So here's only Badiashile has at most only started 4 games in a row in the league since
Or Jan
since the
22.
season the season he joined since the end of that season he joined. So he played the first 5 games that season. Then he got injured, so he was a bit in and out of the team. So since February 23, Badiashile has only started 4 league games in a row once, and the rest it's been like 2 here, then benched, or 2 here, then
Yep.
injured. And then even like last season, he barely played at all.
Hmm.
Even in cups, he's barely started 2 games in a row. So if we can just get back to that sort of getting him playing, getting him fit, and it's typical story with Chelsea, isn't it? Same with Reece, same with Lavia, blah blah blah. We've really got to get back to that point of if we can get him fit, it's massive for us. But yeah, and then on to Estevao, I just think you just know when he gets the ball, the crowd are ready. You can just
Yep.
hear the murmurs in the crowd the minute he gets the ball, and
Yeah, he has that Eden Hazard
he's
style
just
of getting
special,
everybody
mate.
on their feet. I mean, he's not Eden Hazard yet, and it would take him years to get that to that level. But like,
Yeah,
and from an excitement perspective of the crowd expect something to happen every time he gets the ball. I mean, literally, the only thing he has to do to become, in my opinion, like basically elite already is just calm down on that final decision.
yeah,
That's it. Like, I mean, you saw against Benfica, he picked up the ball on the edge of our box, did it past 3 people, but then kind of like rushed the pass out to get out to Gittins or Garnacho at that point, and we lost the ball. That's like, and that will come with age and come with experience and come
yeah,
with
100%.
confidence of starts because obviously he's been in and out of the team a little bit, partly because red cards and stuff like that and being sacrificed for that. But I said it at the start of the season in our preview. I said that as soon as Estevao gets a run of like 2 or 3 starts, he will be one of the first names on the team sheet. He's that good. He's going to have a Yamin Yamal type season where as soon as he starts playing and starting, you just can't drop him.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
Outside of
But
resting, that'll be the only time he'll come out of the team. I reckon by Christmas he'll be our starting right winger, unless he's trying to put Palmer, Pedro, and Estevao all on the same pitch with not playing Pedro up top.
sort of a semi segue, but do you think that Maresca knows his best 11?
No. Until last week, he thought George was the best 9 at the club when Pedro was not on the pitch.
Yeah, it's
Guy's 15 times the player that George is up front, and I don't even think Guy's. I mean, I like Guy, but I don't think he's even that good. But that's how poor Josh is at a 9.
yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, we have to sort of praise Maresca for Saturday because
Absolutely.
he was positive. Like he didn't shit the bed as we've been saying. Like when we lost Badiashile, then we lost Josh, then he brought on Lavia, then he brought on Hato, and he didn't try and consolidate. We tried to keep playing and keep pushing and progressing the ball, and so we have to give him props for that. But I've still got major concerns there, mate. I don't, and even more so than anything, it just shows you that there's a squad there that can be used in a right way, and I just don't know if he's using it in the best way possible to get the most out of them.
No, the thing I would say is obviously last week we had the vote of confidence in the press, and he's not going anywhere, and what have you. And I think he needed it. I think he was starting to shit the bed a little bit after a bit of a slow start. And I mean, if you read that brief that came out from exactly the same journalist all at the same time, but he was told he was going to be judged on how he uses his squad, the way players are picked, rotation of players to make sure nobody gets injured, and Champions League football. I mean, after that vote of confidence and probably a couple of conversations internally, all of a sudden you see Garnacho start. It's kind of like use your left winger that we've bought. You've seen Guiu come on, and obviously he stopped being negative. So I think he needed the vote of confidence. I think there's probably some conversations internally of like, chill out, mate. Use your squad. You're good enough tactically. You're good enough. You've got a good enough squad. Just use it and stop being so negative. We've got you, kind of thing. And I think that's what's come out. And I mean, it's worked because he was like a different. I have to say, he was like a different manager last week. He admitted he made mistakes. He has then used his squad properly. He's used his players in the right position, and he's done positive subs to win a game where I feared he wouldn't. So what the club have done has worked. He is inexperienced. He's learning on the job. It's only his third year in charge of a men's squad. So he is learning, but I do have concerns as well. But we'll have to give him praise and props where it's due. We're very fair on this podcast. We will praise when people do well, and we will criticize and question players and manager when they're not performing well.
Yeah, I
Because
think
for another one, just to add on to just on that point as well, I thought Gittins was very poor against Benfica when he came on. Looked very nervous. He didn't know what to do. He gave the ball away multiple times. But against Man United, I thought he was better.
he's definitely going to be a confidence player, isn't he? I think you need him to probably get a run of starts at some point, but then we've got so much competition that nobody's really ever going to start, especially in the attacking area. Nobody's going to start 3 or 4 games in a row, really. So he's got to find that inner confidence from somewhere. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we're generally pretty fair, and we can praise Maresca for an individual game, but also have longer term concerns. And I think that's generally where the fan base sits on him anyway, from my understanding.
Maresca needs to grow into the manager that is a top manager. And if he doesn't by the end of the season, then I will call for his head regardless of where we finish, because I want Chelsea competing at the top and consistently staying at the top. And if Maresca continues to not be that guy, regardless of if he gets Champions League or not, then that's fine. You can say, thank you very much. You've won us the Club World Cup. You got us Champions League 2 years in a row. Appreciate you. But you're not the guy to get us back to the top and competing consistently. That's fine. He can do a decent job and also not be the right guy for the future. So let's see what happens. On that attack as well, one thing I'd like to get your opinion on, and but I'll give mine first. Garnacho has to be the starting left winger from the minute we get back from the international break, because Neto is not good enough in that position. He's so unthreatening in that position. But Garnacho was just always on the line, always out wide, running at people, happy to take shots. He has like the good goldfish mentality where he has incredible confidence in himself that he will just continue run at people and continue to take shots until it works, and he won't care if it doesn't. Um, I thought he played very, very well. He had Bradley on absolute toast, so much so that he got yellow carded and taken off at half time because he was going to get sent off. He then pinned Szoboszlai back, and he was just a threat the whole entire time, without any goals, without any assists, but he was consistently a threat. He hit the post, he created some good chances, and I think I'll be very annoyed if first, what is it, Sunderland when we're back, or no, Forest
No, Forest
against Forest,
yeah.
if Garnacho's not our starting left winger.
Yeah, the thing is, I think like we just sort of touched on with Gittins, I don't think we'll ever have starting players, but I completely agree with what you're saying. I think Garnacho's been really good in his little cameos off the bench in the league, and then I think Saturday he was really really impressive. I thought, like you say, it's just that continued direction. Like he just wants to be direct and going at people, and it's really good to see. And I think
It's a complete opposite of Sancho last year, where
yeah,
like Sancho would just like run at somebody once a game or cut back and never shoot, and he's just the opposite of that. Do I think Garnacho is world class or will ever be world class, and would I ever potentially worry about if we replaced him next summer? No, but he's the best at what we've got now, and I think we need to play him because he's so direct and he makes people worry about the other way. So for me, he needs
yeah,
to start.
yeah. No, I completely agree with that. I
That
think
doesn't mean it's a set and forget and he never gets dropped again, but just come Forest, he should be starting.
yeah, I think you're spot on with that, mate. To be honest with you.
Cool. Well, anybody else you kind of want to speak about from a performance, or anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up?
Just slightly concerned about the centre back area of the pitch at the minute with the injuries, suspensions, etc. Obviously, I know Chalobah and Fofana will both be back available for the next
We should have
game.
them all back for the next game. Josh and Badiashile, my understanding is neither of them are currently injured. It was a preventative substitution. They're both getting tired and cramping, so that's why they got taken off. Tosin should be back for after the international break. They made the decision not to rush him back for this game with the break of the international to get him right for when he's back. Fofana will be back concussion. He could train, I think, next tomorrow or something like that from a precautionary perspective or the rules perspective. And then obviously Fofana will be back from that perspective. So, and Trev's obviously back from his red card. So we should go into the next game with having Trev, Fofana, Tosin, Badiashile, and Josh all ready.
And we're going to hopefully show up and beat Forest because they are pony at the minute.
Yeah, we just got to hope that Ange keeps his job.
Yeah, new manager bounce wouldn't be ideal, would it?
Depending on who they put in, because they didn't get a new manager bounce from Ange. So
yeah. The only thing
yeah.
bouncing is him.
Yeah, his big belly as he walks off when he's in the shop. But yeah, I think we should. If Ange stays, I'm very confident in that result.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll obviously preview that closer to the time. Working on trying to get a guest on for the international break. So I mean, let us know if there's anybody you want to come on down below. Let us know your thoughts on the game. If there's anything we missed, or if you disagree with us, I don't know. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us we're idiots. Let us know down below. Drop a like on the video to boost it in the algorithm so more of your friends and people can see it. Please share it with a friend if you like as well. And we will catch you all next time. Peace.